Today we're going to talk about what's in this box. Before we get into what's in this box, we have started a TGL After Hours channel, as well as Pump Creative, which is a digital marketing channel. We will be creating all the content that you're used to, but we will be making sure that just by way of being orderly, we're going to position some of that content into the right channels. So if you could, please go there, subscribe, like, comment, do whatever you got to do in the great world that is YouTube. So let's get back to what's in this box. Well, here's a bombshell. What if I told you what's in this box is what every self-respecting watch lover and collector should own? We're talking about the 36mm Marathon White Dial Diver.
Vishnu is trying to persuade the prince that he should do his duty, and to impress him, takes on his multi-armed form and says, "Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds."
This is the Marathon White Dial tritium markers as shown on the dial with this radioactive symbol, and it is 36mm. How did I find this watch? Why did I buy this watch? It was actually quite serendipitous because, as you all know, one of our fellow content contributors who works at TGL is Victor. He recently purchased a 36mm diver by Seiko, which is called the Snoopy. It's very similar to this. It's a dive watch, 36mm, but the only difference, if you're looking from a distance, will be that it has a little Snoopy caricature on the dial. When I saw it, it wasn't so much the Snoopy aesthetics, and I get it, white and black Snoopy, right. But it was more so that for some reason or another, I have completely disregarded the idea that anyone will make a diver that's 36mm. None of that should make any sense. Why? Because when you're diving, you want legibility. And that's why traditionally most dive watches are really large, so you can read what the hell is going on. As some of you might know by looking at some of the content I have made on the type of collector I am, or what I'm liking at the moment, is that I'm enjoying my smaller size watches. In fact, I would dare to say that I prefer 36mm over and above 38, 37, 39 mils. My favorite 36mm is the Rolex Explorer 36mm because I thought that was the perfect 36mm. In many regards, it still is, because that is definitely an all-purpose watch. You can wear it in many different ways, in different outfits and different occasions. And this is what got me interested when I saw Victor's 36mm Seiko limited edition Snoopy. There was just something enchanting about the size and the fact that there was a dive watch at 36mm. I was like, what? Will someone make that? And of course, like I always do, I follow the rabbit, or chase the rabbit down the hole. And I discovered that, in fact, many brands make 36mm dive watches. Longines, Omega, Oris, they all make 36mm dive watches. But it's probably the least talked about watch segment on YouTube, because I consume a lot of YouTube content on watches. And rarely have I come across a channel talking about 36mm divers. My immediate impulse was like, I want to go and buy this 36mm Snoopy, but I didn't. Why didn't I? The kind of person I am, I don't like to have a cartoon character on my watch, right? Is it because I'm older and more cynical and more grumpier? Maybe. Have I lost my essence of childhood? Maybe. It's just not something that I would wear, okay? But the 36 diver stuck in my head, and the black and white motif or the color contrast stuck in my head. So I went online and I started searching black and white divers 36mm. After wearing this for nearly almost 2 months, I feel when it comes to 36mm divers in the black and white motif, I think this is the granddaddy of them all. I own many Seikos. Unlike any Seiko, the first thing you're gonna notice the difference is when you hold it in your hand, there is a certain level of heft. Because Marathon today is still a massive contractor to the military world. supplying various branches of the military with watches. I believe right now they supply Canada, they supply Israel, they supply a whole wide variety of militaries, which means that all of these watches are mil spec. And you can tell the difference. As soon as you hold in your hand, this thing is a tank. Nothing comes even close. Even at 36 mil, I just whacked myself in the face with a freaking pen. Nothing comes even close. This thing is just a solid piece of kit. Got a Swiss movement. I think it's a SW200. It could be an ETA, but at the quantum of it all, it's between 60 and 150 US dollars in terms of cost, in terms of movement. But what strikes me immediately after unboxing this is just how well built this thing is. Price of this thing, depending on which website, between $1,100 to $1,300 for this particular watch. But I didn't pay that because why? You just continue to search on Google. Trust me, you can get that price point way under 1,000, depending on the website, depending on the season, depending on the discount. Because I got this way under $1,000, sent, packed and shipped into Australia. This is a Canadian brand, by the way, Marathon. Transit time wasn't as great as the Christopher Wards and all that, but hey, we're in the logistics world, so we're very forgiving when it comes to transit time. This probably took about 2 weeks to get to me. It's not the end of the world, guys, not the end of the world. But why would I go so far to explain to you why this is the one watch every watch lover and collector should have in their box, whether you like it or you don't? Well, take it this way. Take the idea out of your head. Take the brand out of your head. Just look at the watch for what it is. It is this utilitarian, robust tank of a beast of a watch in 36 mil. I don't know about you guys, but I'm one who loves the concept of having a car in its real form, but I also enjoy the concept of having a car in its model shape to scale, because anything miniaturized just becomes a little bit more precious and more wondrous, because we sort of get lost on going, wow, they've made the miniature version of this thing and look how perfect it is. This is that watch. Even if you don't like divers, for what this watch stands for needs to be a collection, because you can now pull up an example and say, he is a diver who is built by all modern technology can count for in terms of its robustness, in terms of its value, or having all of the prestigious standard tech behind it, which is a Swiss movement, and beautiful Swiss finishing, is worth its weight in gold. And this is why I think every watch lover and collector should have this piece. When I first opened this particular watch, I literally sort of was like, whoa, have I bought the right watch? Why? The watch doesn't look 36. The watch, in fact, comes across as smaller. And I've been looking at it, I'm going, why does this 36 mil watch appear so small to me? Because the distance between the sapphire, the bottom of the sapphire, and to the dial is so deep. In fact, looking at it, like this reminds me of a deep dish pizza pan from Chicago. It sort of sucks the presence of the watch in a little bit more, so it makes it look a little bit smaller. And then you look into it, the tritium dial, the way it's applied, it's perfect. The marking is crystal clear. The colors, the hands, the bezel, it's black, but it's matte. The 12 o'clock marker, in terms of where there is actually a bit of lume, now that glows very brightly. Even in sunlight, during daylight, that comes across very brightly. So there's a couple of things that is very unique. And it screams personality to me when it comes to this particular watch. The finishings is flawless, okay? It's utilitarian, but it's flawless. The band is comfortable. Everything is, you know, like, there's nothing you can talk rubbish about this watch. There is a big child in all of us. And this watch sings to that childishness that we all possess within us. For me, this is no longer a watch. This is something that is a keepsake to me. It's a trinket, but I wear it and I still use it like I will wear any other big brother of this particular diver who are much larger. And this is why I think this particular watch will stay forever in my collection. And I think if you're a watch lover and collector, it should be in your collection. Love it, hate it, whatever. Here's a bit of extra bonus content for you. I was just talking to the guys behind the camera after we complete shooting. I just said something out of the top of my head and I thought, you know what? That makes so much sense that every single one of you should listen to. And the comment I made was, we're talking about Seiko, right? Because we know Seiko make great watches and so forth. And I was saying, you know, this is different. But how is it different? And the way I put it is this. If Seiko made this watch, it will be twice as much. Think about that. You want to buy this now, don't you?